Welcome back everyone. In this video we'll keep on talking about Excel amazing new function XLOOKUP. In this video we'll keep deep diving on XLOOKUP optional fields. We'll see how to handle approximate matches with XLOOKUP and how XLOOKUP can replace the nested if or ifs when you need to define in which interval a specific value falls. Let's take once again our security database. In the first sheet we have a list of securities, the category and country associated with each security, which is retrieved with XLOOKUP from the security details sheet, and we have the value associated with each security. In addition, on the right hand side we have a little table with a list of intervals and the label we would like to assign to each security based on its value. Let's enter the XLOOKUP formula for a second. Let's get till the end. We type comma, comma once again as we're not interested in if not found. And now you see we have all the available options for match mode. This field is not new, as it corresponds to the VLOOKUP range lookup field. Here is where we can specify if we do not want an exact match, because as you remember, if we do not write anything, XLOOKUP will take exact match or 0 as a default. The next available options are -1 and 1 for approximate matches. As you can see, you have -1 exact match or next smaller item and +1 exact match or next larger item. This is linked once again to the higher flexibility of XLOOKUP. Let's see what it means and how you can benefit from this. We also have 2 for wildcard character match, but we'll see in a future video how to use this. Let's press ESC as we do not want to change this specific XLOOKUP, and we will use the table on the right hand side to see how to use the approximate match options. As we said, we'd like to label each security based on its value. This could be done with nested if or ifs, as we saw in the if video, but it could also be done with VLOOKUP and approximate match. Let's do it quickly here before we move to XLOOKUP. Let's call the new column label, and the formatting is matched automatically, and write the formula. So equal VLOOKUP. We need to look for current value, where in the table array here we start from the first column. Let's lock it with a 4. Next we want the third column, the label, comma, and we need an approximate match, which is 1 or true, or we can just omit that and press enter. And as you see, we have very high. If we paste the formula down, we get all our labels. Nice. VLOOKUP actually works very well to perform this kind of operation, but it has one major constraint. The table array, the interval table here on the right hand side, has to be sorted from smallest to largest, or A to Z if it is text. If we sort it largest to smallest or Z to A, it will not work. Let's try it out. So we click here, sort largest to smallest, and as you can see, VLOOKUP now has some problems. It returns the wrong label for the first securities, and it returns NA for all the other securities. So let's click on Ctrl Z and go back to the correct formula. A second but minor constraint of the approximate VLOOKUP match is that it returns the value corresponding to the exact match or to the next smallest number, as it stops once it finds a bigger number in the table array. This could create some problems with boundaries, as 1 million, for example, is in the second bucket with the approximate match. And if you want to have it in the first bucket, you would have to write 1,000,001 or as many zeros as you need if you want to place it in the first bucket. Let's see how XLOOKUP overcomes both issues. And first, let's go back and remove all the zeros. Okay, let's add another column here. Let's call it label X. Once again, it is automatically formatted by Excel. And let's write our XLOOKUP function. So equal XLOOKUP. We want to look for, once again, current value, comma, the lookup array is the first column here, F4, comma, return value, the label, F4, we freeze it, comma, if not found, we're not interested in that, comma, and we want to use exact match or next smaller item, so -1. That's all we need. We close the parentheses and we press enter, and we have, once again, very high. Double click here, we paste the formula down, and as you can see, we have the very same results for XLOOKUP. But now, look at this. We select this, we sort it largest to smallest, and XLOOKUP still works perfectly. And guess what? You could even have the items in a random order, not necessarily largest to smallest. So Control X, we cut one row, Control plus, we copy it here, and as you can see, XLOOKUP still works perfectly. To solve the second constraint, the boundary one, we could use the other match option to look up the higher range. Let's do it in yet another column. So let's add one column here, Control plus, let's label it label X2, okay, and let's see how to solve this second constraint. We type equal XLOOKUP, we want to look for current value once again, but now the lookup array is the maximum boundary, F4, comma, we look for label once again to be returned, comma, comma, to skip if not found, and now let's select exact match or next larger item. So we type 1, we close the parentheses and we press enter. We have, once again, very high, and if we paste down the formula, we have, of course, the same result. The only difference now between label X and label X2 is represented by the boundaries. So this time 1 million is in the low label, and let's try it out. Let's write 1 million here, 1 2 3 1 2 3. As you can see, with label X using exact match or next smaller item, so looking in the minimum value of the range, 1 million is in the second bucket. And let's sort this again. Okay, so that is clear. 1 million, label X, second bucket. Label X2, we look for exact match or next larger item, and 1 million is in the first bucket. In this example, this is the only difference between +1 and -1, but there might be cases when your source table only has one boundary specified, either the lower or the upper one, and using -1 or +1 would make your life much easier. As you can see, XLOOKUP is much better than VLOOKUP or HLOOKUP, also when you have to manage approximate matches. And this is all for this video. In the next one, we'll see how to use XLOOKUP with wildcards. I hope once again that you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you want to stay up to date with the newest releases. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.